Hi everyone. For today's card, it's going to be a fun shape or fun fold card, however you want to call it. I've already taken out or cut out all my bits and we'll go through those as we go along. I've got myself a piece of acetate, which I might use. I've got myself a piece of white cardstock, and this piece measures 10 inches by 7 inches, and if you can see the score lines, I've already scored that, but I will go through that with you. I just needed to get my exact measurements. I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday and the balloons from the Stately Collection celebration numbers. So at the bottom of here we've got Happy Birthday, which I've cut out, and I've cut out some of the balloons. Now the papers that I've chosen have come from the Colour Coordinates Powder Blue and Dusky Pink, and I'm just using the Dusky Pink, and I've chosen this paper. I don't know if there's any left of this one, but we'll have a quick look. We've got some really nice dusky pink and blue papers within this pack, and I think that was the last, the last one that I chose. So that was the last piece. So that's the papers that I'm using. So if we get this card started, as I said, this is 10 by 7. Now on the long side at the top, we're going to measure this in 1 inch. I'm going to pop a pencil line. I'm going to do that on all 4 corners. So just measure in 1 inch on all 4 corners. And then again, just there. Now if we rotate this sideways, level the top of the ruler up with the paper, and where that dot is, and just put another dot down at 2 inches. And again, we're going to do that on all 4 corners, 2 inches. Get that nicely lined up, and then you know the ruler's straight. 2 inches. No, 2 inches. Okay, so these top ones, we can now rub these away because we don't need those anymore. And then the bottom ones we don't need anymore. So we've now got just our 4 dots, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4. I don't know what that pencil mark is there, but we'll just get rid of that one. Now if you draw between the 2, line up those dots and just draw a line there. Turn this around and again line up those dots and draw a pencil line up there. So we've now got 2 pencil lines between the 4 dots. Now if we take in our paper trimmer, I'm going to lay this with the short side facing up against the side of the platform. I'm going to take in my scoring tool, and between the lines we're going to score this down at 2, 3, just between the lines, 5, 7 and 8. So what we would do with this now is take in our blade. Do need to do a tiny bit of cutting. I'm just going to move this across so that it's on my glass, and just where the pencil line is, going to cut this down. So what we've got now is this flappy bit. We're going to turn that around, and on this pencil line, I'm going to do exactly the same. Just on the pencil line, from the top of the pencil line to the bottom of the pencil line. So this is now what we've ended up with. Turn this over. If we fold this in half and give that a really, really nice score down, we've now ended up this funny looking card. This first score line we're going to fold in, but we're going to try and avoid folding the straight edges. The second score line we're going to fold back on itself, so we can turn that one over and give that one a nice score. The third one is also going to go in, and we're going to give that one a nice score. This next one down is going to go out, so we're going to give that one a nice score, and then the last one again just between the uprights, we're going to give that a nice score. And at this stage now we can score those uprights and give all this a really nice score down. And then when this card stands up, this is how it stands. And all I'm going to do with this is decorate the front, this first panel and this last panel. So if I pop that to one side and just take it in all my bits, I can show you exactly what I've done. So I've cut out the happy birthday, and I've cut that in the white. I've cut myself out 6 balloons, so I've got the aubergine and the white, and again the white and the aubergine, and then I cut a white and a pattern piece. So that's our 6 balloons, and these are all our mats and layers. So you will need 1 mat at 6 3/4 by 1 3/4, another mat at 4 3/4 by 1 1/2. The third mat you will need at 1 inch by 4 3/4. So that's 1 each of those. And then you'll need 2 at 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inches. So that's all the mats. Then the layers for this, you'll want 1 at 6 1/2 by 1 1/2, 1 at 4 1/4 by 1 1/4, 1 at 4 by 3/4, and then you'll want 2 of the tiny ones, which are 1/2 by 2 1/2. So that's all our bits. Now the other thing you can do if you want to is make yourself a bit of a bridge, and this is what will stop the card from really opening right out. Now I cut this piece at 6 inches by 1/2 inch, and I scored this in half, and then I scored it 1/4 inch each end, and I'll show you how we adhere that when we get to that stage. So if we take in our card, and as I say, we can open this out to work on this. I've already gone ahead now and rubbed out all those pencil marks. So the first thing we're going to do is mat our first pieces. I'm going to do all this with glue. So nice bit of glue on the back of there. And this first one is going to sit just there. We're going to miss this first one. The second one is going to go on there. So a nice bit of glue on the back of that one. This one is going to sit just there. And then this third one is going to go on the back because this one is facing towards the back. And this one is facing towards the front. So the very last panel. So again, nice amount of glue on the back of there. And this one's going to go just there. So there's our 3 matte layers down. You can at this stage, if you want to, pop these down. So we might just as well do those. This is really quite a quick card once you get started and get all your bits cut out. So that's that one. And then again with that one. So this is where we are at the moment, and we've got one on the last one at the back. So now we're going to pop our layers on. So it's just repeating what you did the first time. And this card is all about the papers. We're not having no florals on this card. You can decide which way you want that one to go. I think I'll have it up that way. So there's our first matte layer. And there's that one. So that's all our mats and layers done. Now, turn this over. What we're going to do with this one, this first score line, we're going to fold in. The second score line, we're going to fold towards us. The third score line, we're going to fold towards us. And the fourth one, we're going to fold back. And we're going to give them all a really, really nice burnish. Now, when I showed you the measuring and the dimensions, I did that on paper, and I'd already done this one prior in 300 GSM cardstock. So I've given those a really nice burnish. Now when this stands up, this is how this card looks. You might not be able to see it properly on screen, so if I hold it like that, when that's stood up, that's how that's going to look. So now it's all about dressing this. We can open this back out for working. I'm going to take the happy birthday, and we're just going to glue this one down. So a nice bit of glue on the back of there. And I think we're going to get that one just about there. We might need to go along a little bit more. Let's have a look. Just a tiny bit. So if we take that along, just there. And then pop a tiny bit of glue on the back of the birthday. I love the sounds of summer when people are out cutting their lawns and all this work going on, but it's It's not very good when you're trying to do a video, but never mind. So there's the happy birthday on the front. Now with the balloons, what I thought I would do with the balloons, just get that one pressed down a minute, is I would have these, I'd have 2 lots come in on the back, like so, and then just the one at the front. And I'm debating whether or not to put those onto some acetate. So I do have a piece of acetate here, which I'm just gonna fussy cut myself off some strips. So I don't want them to be too wide. Just so if I cut 3, then I can cut those in half, because we've got 6 balloons. So if we just, doesn't have to be exactly half, just cut those in half or any length you want. And then what I'm going to do with this, you're better off using your hot glue gun for this, but I haven't turned mine on. So I'm going to use my Collall glue, and I'm just going to pop a tiny bit just there. Collall glue is lovely and clear. I'll pop my balloon on. Just leave that one to set. So again with this one, oops, might come out quite a lot. Just pop that balloon on there. And so if we do all these, there's another white one. I am gonna put them in different directions. Another aubergine one. I used to use Collall glue all the time, mainly for construction makes. Just going to turn that one around, I didn't like it. Because it is very, very, very strong. But I don't tend to make many construction makes now. There's that one. And then this last one is a pattern one. So there's all our balloons glued. Okay, so if we open this back out, move those out the way, open this back out, I know that I would like one. Now what we've got to remember is we don't want this going too far above the top of the card, so that'll be absolutely fine. So if we open this back out, again I am going to use the Collall glue because this will stick quite quick. And on the back layer, I'm going to put my first balloon, and then over the top of that one, we need to cut that one down slightly. And this one is going to go just there. So again, some Collall glue on the back of there. And I'm just going to slightly angle that one. Now this time we could go the big one at the back. Just having a look to see, I can need to cut that down slightly. Some Collall glue on the back of that one. This one's going to go just there. and then the white one I think we'll have in the front, and I need to really cut this one down. Let's see how far. Yeah, that's fine. So pop some glue on the back of that one. Now, as I say, if you want to use your hot glue gun for this, you can. So if we fold this back up, we can now see that we've got these two balloons on the back, and then these two balloons I'm going to have in the center. So that one, tiny bit of glue on there, so get the center of there. It doesn't matter if it's not exact. And then this last one, which we're going to need to cut down, I think. Yep. So take about 1/4 inch off of there. Some glue on the back of there. And just angle that one slightly. So there's all our balloons on. Now that one doesn't want to stick. Perhaps I need to put some more glue on there, or just hold that for a little while so that that grabs. And now when we close all these up, this is our stunning birthday card. But you will notice, because of the weight, this opens out quite flat. So what I decided to do was make myself a bar that will hold this in. But I'm just trying to see, so what that needs to be. Yeah, so if you fold this in half, take it right up to the back. So take it right, or actually if you take it right up to the middle one, you can put your finger just there. This is where this needs to be folded back. So it's a different length. Let me just chop those ends off and then I'll tell you the length of this. So this one actually, it's about 4 3/4 inches in length by 1/2 inch, folded down the middle, and then about 1/4 inch going back like this. Now this one, so with this, you can either have it looking down or looking up. It's entirely up to you, but if you have it looking down, you need to get the edge. Let me see if I can show you this. If you have this looking down, you need to get the edge of the fold exactly in line with the edge of the card. So I think that is what I'm going to do. So just pop a tiny bit on the back of that one a minute. We get this first one in the middle, exactly in line, and just give that one a press down. So that will hopefully stop that from bowing out. Then if you open this up, and this needs now to go on the front there. So all we need to do with that is pop our glue on the back of this one. Absolutely pours out. Don't need that much. And then if you lay this one down and just bring your card in and give that a press down. Hold that for a few seconds. And then when you lift up this card, it doesn't splay out so much. So I hope you enjoyed my little video. There's plenty of room on the back to write a message. It fits in a 7x5 envelope, a standard 7x5 envelope, and it's just a fun card. You could put a couple more balloons on the side of there if we wanted. You could put florals on the edges. You could put florals in the middle. You can do exactly what you want with this card. But I just thought that was a nice, fun shape. Hope you enjoyed my little video. Thank you for watching. And until the next time. Bye for now.